Here's a little project I'm doing for a friend of mine. This is a door to his bait tank for his boat. Made out of 1/2 inch. He wants it clear so it doesn't stress the bait. So there's some microlon that we're going to use. So I traced the line, so I just need to cut it real close to the line and go from there. Okay, we're back on the boat door project. We got this door here that I'm going to double stick tape to the 1/2 inch Macrolon with this carpet tape. It's pretty good stuff. You can use this or emblem tape. I've got other stuff that I use. There's emblem tape. It works real good. And I get this tape. It looks like double-sided masking tape. You can get that at MLCS Woodworking. You can Google that. And either one. I haven't used this particular brand of carpet tape before, so I'm going to try it and see how it works. It looks like it's just duct tape, double-sided duct tape. So anyway, we'll double stick tape this onto this piece and run it around the router table and flush trim it. And I've got to make the center part for this cutout so I can countersink. This is for the latch, and I got to drill out this hole, these 4 holes across here for the hinges. Alright, here's after making several cuts. I don't know if you can see the line, but you can see that on a straight cut table saw, you can get pretty close to the line. And here's some of the big pieces that got cut off, and then some corners, and then just go around and slice little pieces off. Here's what I want you to see. A cross-cut sled is so nice for cutting thin pieces. Look how thin that is. Anyway, I got the double stick tape on, and I'm getting ready to peel the top layer off here and lay this board over the top here. So let me get these off and lay this over here, and we'll be going to the router table. So we're ready to cut now. First step, router bit bearing lube. Get you some of this, and every time you got to make a cut, take 1 drop and drop it on the bearing. Let it soak in, spin it a few times. A little tuner just went by. Spin it, let it soak in. This here, most of these MLCS bearings are a 5mm inside diameter bearing, and they can be $5 a piece. That's probably about what this bottle costs. So after you run a few bearings, you'll get in the habit of using this, and you will not believe how long your bearings will last. On certain plastics, when you're cutting plastics, the bearing will start seizing up, and the bearing won't rotate right, and it'll actually start melting. See, I'm riding the bearing on a piece of plastic to cut a piece of plastic. When the bearing starts, hanging, the bearing doesn't spin as fast as the router bit's going, and it'll actually create friction right here. And this top piece will start melting, and the bearing will eat into your pattern, which ruins both pieces. The piece is done. There's actually tool marks on the pattern, and there's tool marks on the piece that I made. So it's like almost an identical piece that I made. So here's my pallet. Let's get it in the light over here. I got the pallet for the Forstner bit, so I can separate these 2 pieces now because the Forstner bit has something to line it with. I've already drilled the holes, so there's no need to have this pattern on here now. I didn't bring my Forstner bits home. I'm in my backyard shop right now, so tomorrow I will cut these 2 steps. The first step is 1 7/8 inches, and then the second step is 700 thousandths. So I think I can get away with the 3/4 bit. 750 should be fine, because that's just where the shaft goes through. The most important part is that this piece is the exact same size and depth. So I'll set that depth on the drill press at work, and I'll cut that on this piece, and I'm done. Now, this tape works awesome. I highly, highly recommend it. It's cheap. It comes back apart fine. I would imagine if it was 95 degrees outside, you left it on all day long, it would probably be tougher, but you know, it's like 55, 58 degrees in here right now, and it just popped right off. It worked great, held tight, and it didn't move, so I'm going to start buying more of that. Here's my last 2 cuts to make. I'll take this Forstner bit, and it fits perfect. And I'll actually take my dial caliper, and I'll measure the depth here, and I'll transfer that depth over to the drill press so that it only cuts down so far. And then this is 750 thousandths, and this holds 700 thousandths, so it's going to be 25 thousandths on each side larger, or 50 thousandths altogether. I think he can deal with that. So I'm going to make these 2 cuts over on the drill press, and I'll be done with this thing. We'll send it home today. There we go, completely done. Clear, clear, and a solid piece. I'm going to peel the stuff off, and we'll let him peel it off. All the holes are in the same location. This is countersunk, just like that. I even put, didn't mean to, but even all the machine marks are the same on the pattern as a clear piece. That's what the flush trim bit does. Whatever this is, this will be.